For years, the supply of oil has continued to be a critical issue here in the United States. It's a major component of America's economy. We depend on oil, and without it, our commerce as we know it would come to a stop. Nationally, we consume over 20 million barrels of oil a day, and yet we only produce approximately 8 million barrels of oil. Thus, we're forced to import over 12 million barrels of oil each and every day. In recent years, America has been trying to increase its domestic production of oil, but more national sources must be developed. We've known for years that there is a massive yet undeveloped resource for additional oil. It's called oil sands, and its deposits sit near the Earth's surface, from 1 to 1,000 feet underground. Unfortunately, cost-effective oil sands extraction technology has not been economically feasible until now. MCW Energy Group has just completed construction of a patented, closed-loop solvent extraction plant in the state of Utah. This system, located in Vernal, uses harmless, environmentally benign solvents to separate the oil from the oil sands ore. This technology has taken over 4 years to develop, and MCW's initial extraction plant is now producing up to 250 barrels of oil a day. This continuous flow closed-loop system extracts the oil from the oil sands and returns the clean sand to the environment. Unlike other widely used extraction techniques, such as the expensive and large water-dependent oil sands projects in Canada, or the steam-assisted gravity drainage technology used to tap deeper resources, MCW's process is unique as it requires no water for the oil extraction process. There are no greenhouse gas emissions, and because it's a closed-loop system, over 99.9% of the solvents are recovered and recycled. Here's how MCW's patented process works. A mixture of oil sands and solvent is pumped into the extraction column, where it's heated at temperatures up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. As the solvent rises in the column, it captures the oil from the sand, and the sand drops to the bottom. The solvent, now containing a high concentration of oil, moves to a separation column. Once there, it's heated further, and the solvent turns into a gas vapor, where it rises and moves to a condenser chamber, where it's cooled and reliquefied back to its original form. The oil-depleted solvent is then reused to extract more oil. What's left behind in the separation column is crude oil, which is now free of sand and solvents, and is pumped out of the system for storage. The sand at the bottom of the extraction chamber goes through a drying process and exits the system as clean, dry sand. As you can see, once the oil is extracted, the sand is clean and environmentally safe. And here's the best news. This patented system is able to extract over 99.9% of the oil from the oil sands, leaving the sand pure and able to be returned to the earth in a pure form, or can be sold, as this quality of sand is in high demand. The entire production is operated by an independent self-generating power grid, requiring very little manpower for efficient, full operation all year long. With the success of MCW's initial Utah plant, the company is now planning for fabrication of larger extraction units, each with capacities up to 5,000 barrels of oil per day. Throughout the world, there's an estimated reserve of over 2.7 trillion barrels of oil in oil sands deposits. The market for these as yet undeveloped oil sands deposits is huge, with more than 100 billion barrels of oil located right here in the United States. MCW's plan is to first develop the oil sands in Utah, which is home to 8 major deposits, with a combined shallow oil reserve of over 30 billion barrels of oil. And in the second phase of MCW's development, the company is also planning to provide licensing and joint venture opportunities to entities throughout the world. Regardless of ever-changing world oil prices, the future of MCW's oil sands extraction technology is bright. Why? Because the cost of petroleum products such as solvents, diesel fuel, condensates, and propane, all used in MCW's extraction process, will fluctuate up and down in tandem with oil prices. Lower oil prices mean lower production costs and continuing profits for MCW. The financial benefits and new resource revenue streams to Utah are enormous from clean extraction technologies such as MCW's. And with the state's Responsible Resource Development Program, Utah has welcomed MCW's environmentally friendly technology with open arms. As MCW develops multiple extraction plants throughout the pro-development Uinta Basin area, it will be a win-win situation for Utah and MCW Energy Group. In fact, you might say it's a giant leap forward for both clean technology and the environment, and another step towards America's energy independence. For more information, contact MCW Energy Group.